You know, there are few things that provide more fuel to storytelling than secrets. By their very nature, secrets hold information that is powerful, either to the person that's holding it, or to an enemy that's holding it over them, or that just wants to find out what the true information is. And since D&D is essentially a storytelling game, few things will help these stories become more compelling and powerful than secrets, either held by your players, NPCs, or the places they discover. And these can range from secrets that just hang over one person to a secret upon which the entire fate of the material plane hangs. Hey folks, KR King here again, and this is my YouTube channel dedicated to getting you to homebrew your own campaign. You know, I talked in an earlier episode about the unique dramatic structure of role-playing games in terms of storytelling, because unlike, books or movies, the players in the D&D game are the protagonists that we're following. They are the antagonist in terms of interacting with the world. They're the initiating incident of every situation, and they're the audience that's watching this story unfold as they create the story. And secrets are a great way to bring that unique relationship to the forefront as your game progresses. You as the GM, you know all the secrets of your world, and you begin to reveal them to the players. They make the decision about, holding the secret, who they tell, how they act upon the secret, if they entrust it to someone else, what happens next. Think of how important secrets were to the book that helped inspire Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings. Gandalf tells Frodo that he must tell no one that he has the ring. And of course, he keeps the nature of the ring a mystery to Frodo until they get to the elves. So Frodo moves in secret from the Shire to Rivendell. The Fellowship is very much cloaked in secrecy. They never want to reveal to anyone that they have the Ring of Power. Aragorn goes around as Strider the Ranger, but in fact he is secretly the heir to Isildur. Saruman is secretly working with Sauron. Wormtongue is secretly working with Saruman. Gollum sends Frodo through the cave telling him, it's a shortcut to Mount Doom, but he secretly knows that Shelob the spider is waiting there. What you see here is that secrets ratchet up the tension of the narrative. In a modern example, think of Breaking Bad. Walter White appears to be this mild-mannered high school chemistry teacher, but in fact, he is a drug lord. We as the audience know this, just as we know that Frodo has the ring, and this is dramatic irony in which we, the audience, know the secret and our protagonist does, and we're worried they're going to be found out. Because holding a secret makes a person a guardian of information. They're also a target of someone that wants that secret. But in D&D, the players decide to act upon it, and they drive the plot forward. And again, when we look back at Breaking Bad or Lord of the Rings or any good story, secrets are often signposts to these plot points. So when you're creating the secrets of the world, you want to think about, okay, how are these going to be revealed to the players? How do I think that they might react? And then how am I going to be able to improvise or, think on my feet when they do things I didn't expect? Now, in order for sentient creatures to hold secrets in the world of D&D, you do have to think about, well, how are they going to hold up against, divination spells, detect thoughts, or charm persons, or things like that? How could anyone hold a secret when spellcasters could just blast them with detect thought spells? Well, the same way they do in the real world, they would resist. You have to be a little creative here if you want to have these secrets. You don't want to get into some rule-centric sort of thing where there would be banks of low-level wizards just interrogating everyone for days, or higher-level wizards protecting this with modified memory spells or something. What I would say is, one, you're going to be careful about who you tell a secret to. They should be able to resist the wisdom, intelligence, this sort of thing. But also, I would say that the importance of a secret will affect how easy it is to resist a mind probe. Now, hear me out here. When you think about a detect thought spell, initially you just get the surface thoughts of the target. Then you have to probe a little deeper to get more information. Also, you're verbalizing and looking at them, so again, they see you attempting to do this. But I would also argue that a deeply held secret, if you are going to get in trouble or bring trouble to your village or your tribe or whatever it is, this is the secret of our society, you're going to have an inborn resistance to revealing that secret. And so the bigger the secret, I'd give it some buffs terms of their saving throw. This may not be realistic in terms of having some great secret, the old don't think about pink elephants and all you can think of is pink elephants, right? No, it's a game. We're modifying this so that we can have secrets in our game. You're still going to say that we're only going to tell secrets, first of all, as need to know basis for people, but also people that it's reasonable that they could resist. Or if it's like a village with a secret, they're going to reveal this to people when they come of age, and there's some kind of ceremony where this, deep dark secret is revealed, and we must never tell outsiders, right? So that they'll have a resistance. So as a GM, you want to be always thinking about how can I establish opportunities for my players as they move through the world to find out about secret places, secret societies, secret information about individuals. Doesn't mean it's some kind of melodramatic world where every NPC has some deep, dark secret, right? You got to do it in moderation, but people do have secrets in the world, and we're all very interested in them. The other thing is, the higher up the food chain you go, the more important the secrets are. The ruler of a city has secrets that literally will affect thousands of people's lives. As the players gain an experience and meet these kind of people, they're going to be privy to secrets that are potentially, world-changing. And the more powerful the secret, the more dangerous it is to know it. There are going to be enemies who are going to try to find out what the players know. So when you're starting off and thinking about secrets, you can also think about those that occur before the game starts. The players, when they're creating their characters, their backgrounds, they may want to have a secret in their background. I wouldn't necessarily discourage the players having secrets, but I would be careful because sometimes when players have a deep secret and they're, out for some objective, it can sort of screw around with party unity. They want to do what they want to do, and they're not revealing this to the other players. So again, I wouldn't discourage it because it rounds out a character. It gives them something a little extra just to make sure it doesn't, impinge on party unity and take up, party game time. Now, you might think that certain backgrounds lend themselves more to secrets. The charlatan basically leads a double life. The criminal, their crimes against a city or whatever, they want to keep secret. You have the hermit, who has some great realization or whatever. But in fact, if you look at the Bond's ideals and flaws of the various backgrounds, you can see opportunities there for secrets all over the place. The acolyte, she's protecting some sacred text. Let's say her mentor, on his deathbed said, you must keep this from our enemy. You must deliver it to some city thousands of miles away or something. But she needs to keep it secret. The entertainer hides the fact that his precious instrument has been stolen because he's trying to figure out clues to who stole it, or he has an idea who stole it, but he doesn't want them to know that he's on to them. The folk hero is hiding from a tyrant and doesn't want them to know where they are, so they keep this a secret. You can also take a secret that isn't necessarily obvious in the background examples. So the guild merchant, the obvious secret is they stole from the guild, but it might be like a love interest thing. They're in love with someone, they have this secret romance, but the relationship is inappropriate and they can't tell anyone. The outlander doesn't speak of her vision of a coming disaster because she doesn't want to cause a panic. She doesn't want people to think she's crazy, or she doesn't want evil people in terms of this coming cataclysm to find out that she knows. And what all these options point out is that people have different reasons for keeping secrets. There's the guilt reason. They stole something. They committed a crime that someone else was punished for. The collective guilt of a town that, let some crime go unpunished so they could exploit something, or they're under the sway of some evil entity. And then you have the shameful secret, which brings dishonor on a person. Cowardice in battle, for example. What's interesting is the guilty secret is one that you could get punished for, but oftentimes people will hide a shameful secret much more strongly because public dishonor is one of our primal fears. Now, we also keep secrets out of a sense of integrity. Not revealing the confidences of a friend, the location of some sacred site, the plans for a secret attack. And I would advise you as a GM, I would stress that to players. They should, if they're going to have secrets, create a sense of integrity behind them. Now, our number one goal in D&D is to have fun, and shameful secrets, they don't lend themselves to fun. So even if you have the guild person that stole money from the guild, well, they did it because there was a friend in desperate trouble. They don't want to reveal that their friend was in trouble, so they took the blame, or they're just hiding out from that. Nothing gets our attention and sympathy more in a book or a novel or a D&D campaign than a character who keeps a secret out of integrity. So after the secrets that your players may want to give their characters in terms of their backgrounds, now the secrets that they encounter or discover as they move through your world. Now, most often these are going to occur as a group, but on occasion you can have players have individual secrets. If they become physically separated and discover something, if they go into a trance, are knocked out there, and everyone has some individual vision or something, or there's a specific thing because of their class or their background in terms of some encounter, they're given some, telepathic vision or secret. Now, individual secrets like this can be tricky to run, so you want to be careful. There are players that'll just immediately tell the party, oh my God, I was in this trance and I got this secret. They want their help to figure out what's going on, so everyone's in on it. But you may get characters that decide, I'm not going to say anything. Can be okay, but again, party unity, if they start doing things that the other players are like, what? Players can get pissed off if later on they're like, you had this great secret and you never told us, right? So you can encourage them to tell a secret or whatever, but if they don't want to, that's their choice. When you hand out individual secrets like that, that's what happens. So group secrets may come from defeating an enemy, from discovering lost items or places, or being let in on them by NPCs for reasons of their own. Now, good players usually have a sense of, hey guys, we got to keep this secret. We can't take all the treasure out of this cave, but we're not going to tell anyone it's here, right? And also NPCs, if they're giving them information, will tell them, you must keep this secret. And again, usually it's pretty obvious, or you could even have the item itself, if you have a sentient sword and it says, don't tell anyone that I'm sentient. Again, doing that individual stuff can be tricky. Maybe don't tell anyone but the party. A tome that says, no one must read this, on the cover, that kind of thing. And for me as a player, I always tend to like to keep secrets about what I found on general principles, right? Loose lips sink ships. Because when you give information to the wrong person, it almost always comes back to haunt you. But again, sometimes you need to reveal something. If you've discovered some gateway to another plane and you don't necessarily want to just sit on it and protect it, you tell a powerful NPC that you trust, hey, we discovered this. But once you've let a secret like that out of the bag, and the players move on, the GM has to then go, okay, this NPC knows about it, who's in their circle, does someone else know, and does it get to someone who shouldn't know? Again, once the thing is discovered, once the secret is out of the bag, it moves through the world. Now then you have secrets held by the NPCs. Again, the one category is they tell the player characters. So the player characters are interacting, they reveal this secret because they want the player characters to help them or understand something more. And then you have the sort of secrets they're not going to tell anybody. A couple episodes ago, I did the NPCs as murder hobos. I said like the vendetta killer. She appears to be this princess, but actually she's an assassin out to avenge her father's death. You can have the group secret. You have a whole village that has a dark secret. Some crime that was committed or dark bargain they made with some entity, or they have some resource or magic item that they're exploiting for their own usage. And another great thing is to have secrets that slowly unfold. So the player characters, they do some work, they run into some NPCs, whatever, they gain a little in power, and they say, okay, we'd like you to do a secret mission for us. We'd like you to go and just observe something for us, get us information. And they do that successfully. You find out a little bit about who they were observing. They find some things out on their own. Again, there may be a secret within the group that they're investigating. Maybe the first NPCs aren't so great or whatever, but let's say they are. Then they go and try to get something, and they begin to realize that there is a larger secret here, a meta secret that these NPCs and powerful creatures are looking at. So one of the things I'm having on my sample continent of Melanor, this ancient civilization that existed on this continent and then was wiped out. So that when people came from the old continent, it appeared to be uninhabited by, humans, elves, dwarves, halflings, etc. Then slowly but surely items will be discovered, remnants, architectural foundations, different things, caves that have things. The players are going to begin to realize that there is this deep mystery, this secret world that many of the powerful characters know about. And this is going to unfold slowly. And then as they gain in power, they're going to become primal, agents in the race to discover and wield these ancient powers. So there you have a breakdown on why secrets are so important to storytelling, how they increase the dramatic tension of storylines, and why you should have secrets in your homebrewed campaign for your players to discover, to hold, to reveal. So if you've enjoyed what you like, please subscribe to my channel, leave me some comments. I always like to hear them. But in the meantime, my friends, keep playing D&D and tell someone else about it.